Hey, welcome everyone to LC podcast number 25. I'm Grayden. I'm joined by Jack, Matt, Evan, and Peter, and we got Jerry off screen here. Like I said, podcast 25 is a special one for us. This marks 6 months of friends sitting on a couch talking.
Wow.
So in order to celebrate, I got us a cake.
And he's going to show it. But dude, if the cake falls out of the box with the angle that you have to show it at the camera.
Don't worry, I'll clip it.
Has it only been 6 months?
It's since we started doing podcasts?
That's good. That's good.
Zoom in on that thing, Peter.
No.
Yeah.
Sure. Zooming in on that.
You're the worst.
We posted a picture on Instagram. Follow us at Live Connection.
Real.
I don't remember.
We're real.
Yeah.
Real.
I think it's
We're great.
Technically, it's been more than 6 months, but we've only been doing it consistently every week for the past few months because we started doing the podcast before Jerry left for Australia in January.
We started doing it before LC House was even a thing.
Yeah, that's right.
It marked
first three
6 recorded months.
There you go.
Okay.
If you went back and watched all 25 episodes, it would seem like it was 6 months for us.
Yeah.
But
So-
in fact, it was not.
So to anybody here or any of our fans with a keen eye, you'll notice that's our old logo. Story behind that is I sent also shout out to a very good friend and fan who made that cake for us. I sent her the wrong logo, and then we had a discussion about it. Matt not being able to find it, and I was like, "How'd you not find it? It's right here." And he's like, "No, that's the old one." I was like, "Oh." So I went back and I replied to the same email I sent her, but I replied to myself. So it didn't go to her, it just went to me. And I was so upset about it because she texted me a couple days later, like, "Hey, here's the cake. What do you think?" I'm like, "Oh, it looks great, but that's the old logo." And she's like, "What do you mean? I never got any other email." And I was like, "Oh, this is on me."
Yeah, you got to hit that reply all when you're replying.
Which,
to your
like, I
own
thought it was there, and I'm so annoyed at myself because I do so much email crap for work. And it's like I should be good at this, but I'm not.
Old man Anderson strikes again.
I know. Either way, it's beautiful. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to taste delicious. And we got a little cupcake there for Peter too, because he can't eat.
Gluten-free cupcake.
And you know, for what it's worth, I think that older logo is very cake friendly. I mean, I'm sure she would not have struggled to put the new logo on there.
Also,
but
don't
Good
we have
answer.
the old logo floating above our heads at any given moment?
that was what I was
That's
looking at.
probably
when
very
I got,
confusing for
when I
the
got here.
viewers.
That's what I saw.
yeah, well, it is what it is. I like how that banner looks.
I
So
just kind of assumed we were sticking with this logo, and then like the logo that's at the beginning of our videos was just like for the beginning of the videos.
yeah,
So,
it is what it is.
there you go.
I love that, by the way. I'm constantly impressed by you, Jerry, by the fact that you made that look so cool. You know, beep, 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 just
Did you get Matt to do the audio, Jarrod?
It sounded really close.
Yeah.
beep, 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 beep.
He's been working on his voiceover reel. Matt really wants to be a voice actor.
I would love to be a voice actor.
You should, for the edit on this, you should take that sound bit and put it over the.
All right, I'll give it one more college try, and you have your choice. Ready? Here we go. Beep, beep, beep. No, hold on. I got it. Okay.
You gotta do it long, like.
Beep, 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 beep.
Pretty good.
Thank
Pretty
you.
good.
Brought to you by Michael Bay.
Yeah, you know what?
That was good.
We'll make it
That was
work.
good.
Yeah, you'll make it work.
We'll fix it in post. Mental note. Mental note, Jared.
All right, fellas. Well, I think we got a lot to cover today. I think we've got some things that we each want to talk about, and then literally right as Grayden was introducing, I also had an idea for another thing that I want to talk about as a group, which I think will take a fair bit of time.
Is it Pokemon related?
Well, the first thing that I thought of ahead of time that I'm always thinking of is very much Pokemon related. Yes, Evan, what can I do for you?
Sir, I would like to go first for the class presentations.
Okay, but just know that once you're done, we're going right into Pokemon. Go.
Should I get my 5-minute timer
Okay.
up?
It's just okay.
Yes,
Just
you
give me,
should.
Peter. I'm gonna have to switch with you. Is it ready to drag onto this screen?
Yeah, you're good. You just gotta drag to the
Hey,
right.
just real
Can you
quick.
open up the drive.
I'm ready on it,
you-
Evan.
Like, have you seen all the spoilers? So when you start talking about this and I bring up all the spoilers I looked up earlier, you're going to be real upset.
If you spoil a single thing for me,
We went deep.
you
on
guys
this.
looked up like everything. Why?
Because it's
We wanted
Sunday.
to see how much was out there. And wow.
Like everything is out there, right? So okay, well, I mean, Evan's gonna talk about his thing, and then I'll go into the details because
Okay,
I did a bit
Peter?
of research.
Peter, I have to say first before I start my presentation that you can't look at the screen until you see it on that screen. All right, so don't look
Okay.
over here. Just look at there. So
wow.
So there's going to be some, I have a little bit of a story to tell before we
I'm looking at this screen.
All right.
Yeah.
and
And the improper meme.
Can I look at
So-
the TV? No, not yet.
You can look at my
So-
handsomeness.
So what's going? Oh, there's
burns.
a camera here. Hey, how's it going?
All right.
Welcome to the LC podcast.
So
Professionals.
a long time ago in a city that I live in, I discovered while I was searching Instagram, as one does, an Instagram account with a familiar face on it, but not a familiar name. The account name was Dafty.
Oh, wait, hey.
And so I clicked on it because it had Peter's logo on it.
My
And
logo. My face is my logo.
Peter's logo is his face. And
Why? No,
this
you're not going to
Instagram-
bring up.
this Instagram account. Peter's always been weird in my life because he always ends up doing the most random crap ever. That
This
you
is
would
so
never
touching.
expect him to do. Like, and you'll see him in the most random places you'll never expect to see him. But in this case, all of a sudden, this Instagram account shows up of Peter trying to learn how to draw. So he was going to post a picture every day of himself trying to learn how to draw.
Aw.
The great thing is I know
So-
why Peter did this.
Yeah, so I do now too. So I'll go through the whole story and then we'll go through some pictures of Peter. So it wasn't until another friend of mine just last month told me about some school project that he had where he had to make an Instagram account and make a post every day for a whole month and then talk about the analytics for his marketing class. And then he said, yeah, like Peter did. And then that's when it hit me. I'm like, oh, that's
Why would
he
I be
did
doing
that.
this otherwise?
I don't know. You just do things.
Maybe you
like
wanted to learn how to
that.
draw.
Peter does not do things
Yeah,
like
he
this.
does.
Yeah, well, give me
He
another
just
example. What's another example?
When you stole his Brissinger book.
That's
No, you'll
false news.
You just do random things like,
Like theft.
well, like I can't really say a lot of the things on camera because
What?
you know they have to do with driving to Callaway Park without. But there's random stuff that he does in this world that nobody understands or gets. So, anyways, let me just.
You can't just say that and not give us an example.
I can't think of an example off the top of my head.
You mean you can't think of one that's like suitable for the podcast?
I
Or
can
you
think of
can't
one that I can. Think
That's
of
'cause
one
there's
that's
no
suitable.
examples.
There are examples. I just can't think of one right now. Well, I mean, okay, so you being in random cars with people that nobody knows at all.
That never happened,
That
actually.
happened.
No, Evan, I don't even remember when this was, but you thought you saw me in a car with some black person like years and years ago. And I was
Very
like,
tactful.
like-
we respect the black community here at Black Connection. Absolutely.
but like, I have no idea who that would have been.
This is uncomfortable.
Yeah, neither did we.
But I'm saying that wasn't me.
But it was you, Peter. That's what I'm saying.
I can kind of agree with Evan in a sense. Like there'll be times where like we'll be talking. It's like Peter's like, oh yeah, I listened to that on Audible or something. It's like something that's totally weird and out of left field. And it's like, oh yeah,
I love Audible.
I do
that.
kind of see your point. I think maybe it has to do with the fact that we maybe don't know Peter very well as a person, or at least not as well as we think.
I don't think
we do.
any of us
Oh, it's
know
'cause
each
Peter
other
lives
very
a
well. at
double
all.
life, and that's what I'm talking about.
Peter lives a double
Well, no,
life.
I
One
mean,
is
what-
a short person, one is a tall person.
All right,
One
so
where he's
anyways.
in cars with men, I guess, with random men who we don't know.
I mean, that is a fair point because I could tell you a few things about Peter. Where I know he lives here, I know he goes to Mount Royal for something
Or something.
because I never really figured it out.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's a detail. That
And he's
is out
Italian.
there.
It's marketing. He's told us.
Yeah.
He's in
So
marketing.
that we know of.
Do you not know? Like, do you know what any of us study? Do you know what I study?
I have no idea what you take.
All right, well, I'm a little offended. Thank you, Jarrod.
Okay.
Evan, as a master,
say,
as an
back to-
expert
Next to
on
my
not switching the
presentation
layout-
that has failed miserably because I'm not good at giving points about people's lives. But we'll just start with this Instagram account and we'll keep going. All right.
I'm happy with this
So this is
image.
this is like the first drawing Peter did.
This was for a different project.
Very
actually.
simple. Fairly
Hey,
simple.
look, Matt liked
It's
that
a-
photo.
Matt
Yeah,
did like
I
that
actually,
photo.
I actually assisted Peter in making
So it
this
has-
account.
Is this a humble brag on your Instagram that you're like, follow my page?
Don't follow my
So
Instagram.
when I look at this, like I was quite impressed, honestly. Like this was his first drawing too on the account. A circle and an X representing his drawing creativity breaking free of the confines of his circular mind.
It's
It
a
actually
Q.
says, it says X and Q.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter.
Evan,
Wait,
as,
where's the mouse?
It's up
It's-
there.
it's
you
alright.
got
All
it.
right, all right. Next
Evan,
one.
as an expert on not switching the layout by accident,
Yeah,
should you
Evan.
maybe switch the layout so the stream can see Peter's drawings?
I didn't see that.
It's on
Peter?
the gaming What, Evan?
Is it this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go back to
Bring it
that
back.
one. This
There you
is
go.
the photo. I'm sorry, viewers.
I had to combine 2 letters for a graphics class, and I was like, "Well, how do I make art out of 2 letters?"
And that's
You
how you
did
do
it.
it.
That was the
Okay, so
result.
It looks like the smash ball that you haven't smashed in the
Oh yeah.
then
Never thought of it
that's
like
what
that.
And
Matt
then
liked
Peter
it.
looked to the real world for creation. So this is a real life mug in
Looks
the
like a
real
birch
world.
tree.
This is a real mug that you're looking at.
I thought it was a 3D mug.
Listen,
This
you
is a
got,
real mug.
I can
and
say
this
I can say from experience, you have to be careful when you post mugs on social media.
and this is an artist's rendition of what we think the mug looks like.
Why are you
There it
bringing out
is.
my
So-
drawing skills?
So as you can see, Peter is quite impressive with his art skills. I was showing you the top, like the creme de la crop. I'll show you one more. I'll show you 2 more that are pretty nice. You know, he's got this. He was obviously looking at the mountains that night, thinking about his loneliness and thinking, you know what? There's somebody out there for me. This
In that
picture
little circle.
This picture shows me hope. It shows me hope.
I've
In
seen
the
this
imperfect
exact drawing
circle.
before. Did you trace that?
Yep. Well, everything I saw was traced.
And then you know what? Let's get a little family channel. Perry the
Yes,
Platypus.
Perry the Platypus,
Yeah, thank
everybody.
you for that. Like that's a great one. So now that we've seen that, I'm gonna show you some of my personal favorites. So first of all, we got this carrot.
I love this carrot. This carrot turned out great.
We got this carrot that just discovered that his purpose for existing is to be eaten. So he looks pretty
He's
horrified.
got like the black lines, so I'm thinking maybe that carrot just found out he's gonna be turned into that mug that we saw earlier.
Yeah, that I think that's a good interpretation of that.
I love that
then
carrot.
I think we got this is a good one. I don't even know what this is.
I love the caption. Wouldn't want to meet this guy on the street.
Am I the only person who liked
You're
any of
the
these
reason
photos?
Peter passed this class because you helped him with the analytics so much.
Yeah, there you go, Matt.
So yeah, this guy
don't know why
he's
there's a circle.
smoking a dart. He's having a good time.
It's like if Jabba the Hutt was like a 1920s mob boss.
So and then
Oh,
Peter
no.
took to life for inspiration again. So he looked at the Starbucks logo and thought,
This
you know
one
what?
didn't go
I can
well.
do this better.
No, I didn't. No.
I can do this better.
There she is.
Starbucks.
In all her glory. I also like how a coffee Instagram account liked it. Like,
Did it?
They just searched up Starbucks and was like, "Oh,
Coffee
Did you talk about that in your analytics?"
No, I definitely glossed over that.
Fool.
See, Peter, you could have had some pretty good insight into the Instagram world. And now finally, you know,
Is there a closing?
we got Peter's logo right here.
30-second self.
This is because I need to post something every day, and it was like late. I was like, I need to do something.
See,
I was
I saw
self-portrait.
like, yeah, 30 seconds.
yeah, I saw
That's not bad for 30 seconds, actually.
I saw this
Gives me Arthur vibes.
I saw this
Thank you.
I saw this on Instagram and I thought to myself, Peter, you don't post on Instagram. What are you doing here? But then I
What am I
realized
doing
that it was
here?
just a drawing of you. It wasn't actually you. So I was very confused. for a second.
It was very lifelike. Photo realistic. Peter is such a good artist. He achieved photo realism in 30 seconds with this portrait.
Peter, do I hit the primary screen now?
You put podcast to go back to podcast.
Podcast primary?
What? Just hit
there we go.
podcast, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So thank you for coming to my presentation, my TED Talk. Peter, the helm is back to you.
Can I make a comment about your presentation?
Sure, you can.
I'm thoroughly disappointed.
Why?
Oh.
I expected much more. But no, instead, my shameful drawings get aired out.
Yeah,
could've
well,
made a
I thought.
PowerPoint.
Okay, wait, Eric. Eric can shed some light. He just walked in. Eric, come here. Come here. The boys were getting mad at me because I couldn't come up with good points about why I feel this Instagram account of Peter's is such a Peter thing to do because he just does random stuff all the time. Do you have an example of a time Peter does random stuff all the time?
Can you?
A time where he was randomly just like, yeah, I'm going to take up fencing.
I wanted to. What's weird about that? What's weird about fencing? What's weird about
It's just
fencing?
one of those Peter things that's like,
What's weird
all
about
right,
fencing?
okay.
Sure.
And then there was that time that in high school, I just was talking to Erik. He was like, "Yeah, so Peter quit his job at A&W the other day," and I was like, "Oh, what? Peter was working at A&W?
He did. I remember that.
The summer after graduating, yeah, there was like 2 months I worked at this nasty A&W.
There you go. Point.
And how did you quit that place again?
Yeah,
I threw napkins on the ground.
Oh my god, the ultimate act of disrespect.
Well, I didn't want to, young naive me. I was like, I don't want to do something like that's too impactful. So I threw napkins. All right, they can't get mad at me for that.
You hate that place
Didn't
so
you
much.
also take like a bag of fries too on your way out or something?
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna report you
To who? Yeah.
The A&W police?
to the subway police.
Hey,
What's the statute of limitations?
6 years ago, this little guy.
Hey, just because he committed a crime 6 years ago doesn't make it any
Is
less
throwing
of a
napkins on the ground a crime?
Yeah, it's littering, Peter.
In a building?
still
Okay,
littering.
yeah,
Vandalism.
yeah. I could actually. I was gonna use an example and say I could throw a cup on the floor of the Saddle Dome and it's still littering, and then I realized I do that every time I go there.
Oh, you suck. Put it in the garbage.
The worst kind of flames
There is
fan.
criminal intent in this room tonight.
Yeah, I
On a
know.
similar topic as that, in a movie theater, do you guys leave like your garbage behind?
No.
No,
I usually try not to.
I used to, but then they started like having the bins at the end. I'm like, well, you're making it easy for me, so
Okay.
I'm gonna. You know what? Next time though, I just had an idea. Next time when I see them down at the bottom, if I'm close enough, I'm gonna try and Kobe.
That's
my,
a bad idea.
My drink like into
You're
the
gonna
garbage.
spill drink on people and employee or
Well,
all over the ground.
Do you think I buy a drink in a movie theater and then don't finish it? Do you know anything about me at all?
Is there possible for there to be a little bit of residual liquid in the cup?
No,
Such
that's
as
not how
ice,
drinks.
potentially?
No, because I drink even the ice. I'm a thirsty boy. It's a long movie.
I love drinking solids.
It feels like Peter's deflecting a little bit right now. It feels like we haven't quite plumbed the depths.
Classic Peter maneuver.
Yeah.
Is that another random Peter maneuver?
Maybe.
Not Brad was expected.
I do have to say, I can empathize with the fencing thing, though, because I was once like, you know
Tennis.
what? I think I'm going to, yeah, Grayden knows. I think I'm going to take up tennis. And then my family was like, fuck off, Jack. You're not going to take up tennis. And then I was like, no, I think I'd be really good at tennis. And they were like, no, you're not going to fucking play tennis.
Aw.
Like, my family was just adamantly against me playing tennis
Aw,
for
that's not
some
very
reason.
supportive. You know, I wonder if everyone has a moment like that, because I had a phase where I was going to take up hip hop dancing.
Hip hop dancing.
I did that for a while.
What? Really? God, I'm learning so much about
Yeah,
you guys
why
tonight.
don't...
Where did
like-
you learn to do hip hop
God,
dancing?
it's like we're having
It was,
super serious talk time or something.
Yeah.
Like we're learning about our friends.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
When was the last time we all learned something new about each other? Let's play a game.
Okay.
Everyone go in a circle and say one appropriate thing that you feel that nobody in this room knows about you.
Nobody.
Nobody knows about you.
Okay.
And
What
if
if-
someone and if you do know that, then if someone in this room knows it, then you have to do it again.
What?
Sounds difficult.
No, it's a fun game. Okay, Peter, you're first.
This is going to be
Why don't you start first? Since it's your idea.
Yeah.
Well, as we've established before, I'm quite an open book, so I think there's not much you guys know about me. I think. Oh, you know what? I used to sleep with socks on, one sock on, when I went to bed back in
Okay,
middle school.
that's better. Two socks. Like
weird.
one sock on.
What?
Only
Two
one.
socks is better?
no, yeah, two socks is more normal than one sock.
No, they're just as bad as each other. Are you seriously laying in bed like, oh?
I also find it extremely comfortable to wear my shirts tucked in.
What?
I knew that. I knew that
you
one.
know, I mean, it's
Nah,
it's not it's circumstantial. Sometimes I'll tuck in my shirt if I'm wearing a hoodie.
I'm sorry, was this you we were talking about?
Are you okay from that backstabbing? Like,
that backhand.
Okay, Matt, you're next. No one knew the sock thing.
no,
so.
you're next. He said
That-
the man of the. He's in the power seat.
Wait,
I'm in the
Why?
ivory booster seat.
hold on. Why one sock? Did you, did you put one sock
two socks
outside
felt
the...
too hot, no socks felt too cold, and one sock was just
Okay, Goldilocks.
So weird.
Okay, I'm gonna test the waters with this one. I can beatbox.
Can you do it right
Yeah,
now?
let's hear
Yeah, I'm gonna beatbox the last little bit of "Get Down" by Dub Effects. I might crack under the pressure.
Should
but
we
here
do it into the mic or away from the
Oh
mic?
no, I'll do it like here.
How does a beatboxer do it? Into the mic?
Well,
Yeah,
they have
they're like-
really fancy mics.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure they have like an ASMR mic that's
These are
just like
fancy.
he actually secretly. Okay, here we go. Again, probably gonna crack under the pressure, but
We believe.
Hold on.
Nice.
There's a start. There's a start there.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good. I think you need to work on your lung capacity just a
Yeah,
little bit.
I was too scared to breathe.
Remember Jonathan, how he could like dubstep beatbox?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. I
do remember
There's a
that.
guy. There's a guy I haven't thought about in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Wicked,
Hope he's doing well.
whack.
Hope you're doing well, Jay.
Yeah.
I tried to wink, but
That was a good
kinda-
one. That was better than my sock one. I'm gonna think of a different one. But Peter, you're next. See, and thank you for also just in advance giving another. What's the word again? Another moment, another example of you being a Peter.
Because we need constant
Can you
proof that
bring
you
up
are, in fact,
the
Peter.
stream?
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. It's still there.
When I'm alone and listen to music, I really like dancing.
Oh.
I like just jamming out and going hard.
You mean you like doing
Yeah.
the thing that every
Eric
person
just said he knows that.
Oh,
Peter,
sorry,
once
Nate.
again.
Do you twerk though?
No, I do not. I had to put a hard limit at the twerk.
Do you dab?
Tried it.
Do you dab
Twerking?
on the haters?
Not seriously. I don't think I've ever seriously tried to twerk.
I don't think you can seriously twerk. Let's be honest here.
Yikes!
No,
you're
not
really
you.
just like
Not
you're
you.
really just pounding the dagger into my chest.
No, not
want the
you.
handle
I
to
mean
go in.
the collective you, not the individual you. Is that what it is? Yeah, royal you, or not the royal you.
W?
You know.
I heard you can't twerk.
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
I said. Well, did I say that? What did I say? I don't even know.
Okay, next around the circle.
I mean, you already got me with I used to take hip hop lessons.
I already got my drawing online.
Yeah, that was like a course though. That wasn't just something you do.
Yeah, but
That's
according
something
to
you were
Evan,
told to do.
Something he had to do,
Yeah.
which is fair.
Yeah, I took hip hop lessons back in the day with C. Wilson. You remember that guy?
Really?
Yeah, we were.
Wait, do you have any moves?
God.
Care to show us
No.
a move, Grayden?
we don't have the camera.
No,
Actually,
we
we
don't-
do
we don't
have
have
the
the-
camera set up.
Care to show us?
There was one that like it was just like pretty similar stuff. There's one like floor move that I kind of remember, but I would have to like really think about it.
Okay. Well, we're going to film it later.
Well, you think about it.
All right,
Jack, how about you, my love?
I'm just thinking. I don't know if there's anything that people like wouldn't know about me. I mean, obviously, I sing along to a lot of music in my spare time. That comes with being a musician. I like unequivocally love like musicals and like
Oh,
Disney
yeah.
music a lot, and I sing along to those bad boys like in the car all the time.
Just belt out a tune.
Oh, I belt it out.
nice.
What's your favorite Disney song to sing?
So my favorite Disney songs to sing are from my favorite Disney movie, which you probably wouldn't know what it is because I don't think it's anyone's favorite Disney movie.
The Road to El Dorado.
That's not a
That is
Disney
that is a
movie.
DreamWorks film.
Still a great movie
that
though.
is a good movie. Yeah. I got one in my head.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Really? I would
Yeah.
not have guessed that.
Yeah.
Would not have guessed that.
Fun fact: they did a Broadway musical adaptation of The Hunchback of Notre Dame a couple years ago. Never went fully to Broadway. It was on off Broadway, and they were like, "Nah, we're gonna make Aladdin on Broadway." But it was like so good, and the cast musical is on Spotify. You should listen to it because it's really good. I jam out to some of the songs on Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Should we get Erik and Jarrod on the mic to share theirs, or are they just
Yeah.
completely excluded?
No,
Are they
no.
gonna?
We got the whole crew here. Let's go.
Jarrod, we're playing a game of Nate.
I
say
think
one
he-
thing.
It's
I think he was there.
it's our 25th
Say one
podcast.
thing.
We're doing.
we're sharing.
We're being
Peter,
honest.
Peter, when no one's when he's alone, dances. I think that was it.
Yes.
Matt,
Beatbox.
Beatboxes.
I'm glad Evan remembers.
Graydon,
Tell us something
Graydon does
personal about
hip
each
hop,
other. You
and Jack sings Disney songs at the top.
so we got a theme.
Especially
we got,
Hunchback of
we
Notre
got a
Dame.
theme
Especially
going
Hunchback
here.
of Notre Dame.
Jared's
All right,
fit.
well, I mean, they kind of go hand in. Oh, they're two similar areas, but I took 2 years of figure skating and did country swing because figure skating for hockey players is very essential for edge control. So a lot of high-end hockey players do.
I'm glad I kept it together more than Evan.
Wait, does that mean there's
He's not wrong though.
Evan's mind immediately went to, oh man, Jarrod's good at edging. Like, get your stuff
2
together.
years of edging training.
Wait, does that mean that like Connor McDavid can figure skate?
Probably.
No, the thing is that
like that Disney movie.
NHL scores on ice.
Oh, remember? Like
It's just
on skates or something.
it just helps with
Right.
edge control. So like
all of us
fast and, like,
together,
MVP.
balance you are on your feet.
we like the live connection group with all of our subpar talents combined. Like Matt and I can be like the background music for like a Disney on Ice production where Jared's the lead and like you two are background dancers.
I'll be sleeping in the stands with one sock.
Oh, cool. We're on
A
the
different
same-
timeline.
On the topic of singing, I also have a special playlist that I built in the car, and it
Nice.
contains 3 songs only.
Is it Britney Spears?
It's no. It's it's Kesha's
I was about to say
Praying.
yes.
Praying? Oh yeah.
That's a good one. It's that Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper one
From that movie.
from the
Shallow,
movie.
yeah.
Tell me
Shallows, the
something,
Shallows.
girl.
Yeah. And then the third one is Let It Go.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I have a playlist on my Spotify called Matt Griffiths Live in Concert.
That's a good title. That's a great title. That's a great title.
Oh, well, that's great. Oh man, it's such a pleasure to do this with you guys.
Hold on,
You're
Erik.
learning so much
We
about
got
it.
Erik.
I'll even throw in another one.
Yeah. Oh, he's feeling inspired.
Yeah, he's ready to share.
We also skipped over Erik, so we don't get back to him.
Well, if you haven't had the chance to think about one, you can think about it and get back to us. You got one? Okay.
Okay, Erik, come over here.
Yeah, I'll let Erik do it.
He can't. There's a cat fondling him.
Fondling. Is that what you just said?
Whoa.
Guys, don't focus on me.
Playing with
We're
his
talking about Erik.
I'm really excited to see Taylor Swift as a cat in the new movie.
Oh,
Dude, I didn't even
Oh.
watch that trailer. That stuff grosses me out so much. I saw like pictures and I was like,
I hate that Cats trailer. That's
yeah.
That's yeah.
I didn't know that one song was from Cats.
What song?
That is one of the musicals I don't know much about. So don't look at me for that.
What song?
I don't know, but I didn't know it was from
All right, so there's a song from Cats the musical. Gotcha. Erik?
To not be afraid of horror movies, I imagine myself as a superhero fighting the bad guy, and I'm like, oh, I'm not scared now.
I got this.
What superhero though?
Just one I
Eric,
made up.
What are your powers? Tell me.
It's
Tough.
like it depends. You know,
It's
mixes up.
circumstantial.
Erik's
Yeah.
Like, Matt's really looking for something.
Sometimes
to help him out.
Venom, sometimes like Moon Knight or something. you know.
Nice.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I respect that.
Yeah. Anti-heroes are cooler.
Anti-heroes are cooler.
Here's it. Shadow the Hedgehog so much cooler than Sonic the Hedgehog.
Good example.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the truth.
Thank you for making this happen, Erik.
Speaking.
Hey, Peter, you're up.
A
I've been
bonus.
enjoying playing on the Switch.
Oh. So that is spicy.
Peter's enjoying his Switch.
It's because he has the version with the D-pad. So
Yes, I have used the D-pad. More people I talk to about the D-pad, the more people disagree with me.
That's the way
It makes me
should be.
more and more sort of.
It's like you're wrong or something.
Yeah. It's almost
That
like
can't be a possibility.
it's almost like normal people don't take issue with such juvenile, whiny things like you.
What are you talking about? We all have our one.
Yeah, we all have our thing.
everybody
We
gets
all have our
one.
thing.
Everybody gets
Some
one.
of us
Tell
have
him, Spider-Man.
multiple.
All right, can I? Is it time for me to redeem
Talk
my
about
5 minutes of Pokemon?
your whiny thing.
Oh, would you like us to get the timer up?
Well, I mean, we might not even need 5 minutes. It's a small detail, but I'm sure there's stuff to discuss. I have to preface by saying, you guys looked up the stuff. That's fine. If you tell me literally anything, I will choke you out.
There's a
I swear to
Pokemon
God.
in the game.
If you, I'm so serious.
Hey, you want to
like,
know the evolutions?
literally,
I didn't even say
literally seeing one evolution on Twitter ruined my whole day. I'm so stop looking things up. I can see it. There he is.
It's Sobble's final
You gotta
evolution.
switch it over on OBS. Oh, you did?
He did. He's with it. All right. So
It actually, when he has the glasses, it kind of looks like Peter's 30-second self-portrait.
As is Peter Randall.
All right, fellas. Okay. We'll start it off. We'll start it off with a small story, and we'll go into the deets. Okay. So I'm at work. I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm wasting some time by scrolling through Twitter, and literally, this guy, he's like a Smash community member. He literally has nothing to do with Pokemon. Literally, just dead ass posts like. It was basically one of Sobel's evolutions, and then a comparison with that unreasonably thin girl from The Incredibles. You know, the one who's like.
Violet?
Elastigirl?
No, the one who's the assistant to
Mirage.
Syndrome. Yeah, Mirage. So he like posts a picture of them together with the evolution, and it just pops up, and I see it, and I'm like, oh my god! Like not only has it been like really cool that they've kept so many things a secret. Yeah, allegedly that's what the Sobel's evolution looks like, according to.
That's Sobel's evolution.
Wait, hang on. You didn't actually see the picture of?
No, I saw so it was that picture or a picture like it, and then the evolution next to it.
It's another Pokemon to add to your list, eh, Matt?
You say that, but honestly, when I saw Mirage in The Incredibles, I thought she was kind of a babe. I won't lie to you. Why is one eye smaller than the other? You all seeing this?
Not a babe anymore.
You seeing this, camera guy? Look at her left pupil. It's literally smaller than her right. What is going on?
You're ugly.
You're a freak.
How did you make it to the beautiful people's club?
You're a freak. Yeah, so it was Sobel's evolution, which is even more frustrating because Sobel was the starter that I was going to pick, and I was so upset that I actually DM'd this guy and was like, I was very respectful, right? Because like he's a Smash community. No, I'm serious because he's a high-ranking Smash community member. If I said some dumb stuff, he's gonna
personal account or the live connection
personal account.
Okay,
he was gonna screenshot those DMs and post it on Twitter. It's what all Smash players do. But anyways, so yeah, I just said something really respectful online. Like, hey man, like it's really uncool to post leaks and he was like, oh, it's unconfirmed and probably fake, and I'm like, it's definitely not fake,
bruh,
because it was a leaked model, and like honestly, like Pokemon.
This is like a like high-ranking member of the Smash community.
He's a commentator. Yeah, he's a really popular.
He's got like thousands of followers.
Yeah,
and he had the time in his day to reach out to you after you reached out to him. That's really nice of him.
I mean, I guess that is kind of cool. And like, he wasn't like disrespectful. He was just kind of like neutral. You know, it's kind of what you'd expect. But like,
that was him.
I don't know why you're doing this, Evan. But anyways, yeah. So like, where am I going with this? Like Pokemon is like the one franchise that seems to just get everything that they do leaked, and I knew that it was
just because you noticed it more.
No, I'm serious. Like Pokemon gets everything they do. It's because what they do is they'll put the like footage of the. Can you guys stop talking? I'm trying to concentrate.
We're not talking on the mic.
Maybe we should.
You are. You're talking into the mic right now.
Maybe we should have Evan and Peter switch back.
Yeah, you're cutting into my 5 minutes. They for Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon got their whole Pokemon roster leaked because when they released a special demo version, even though the demo had like almost no Pokemon in it, for some stupid reason they coded literally all of the Pokemon that were in the game. And so people literally just data mined the demo, pulled out all the Pokemon, posted them online. And so what happened this time is are you serious? Am I 5 minutes almost up? I gotta get going. So what seems like happened is that somebody probably in Mexico, because it always happens there. I'm serious. Somebody broke Street Date and like started selling the games to people, and somebody got the game to a leaker and leaked everything online. So I uninstalled Twitter on my phone. I'm doing everything I can to not be leaked. Like it's just like honestly.
Aren't you live connection social? One of the live connection social.
I have it on my computer still. It's fine. Don't.
What I really want to do is like make some sort of game where Matt has like 3 doors, and behind one of the doors is a leak.
But behind the others, like $500.
He has to
Dude,
open.
$500? I'll look at a leak for $500. Come on. No, it's honestly I find it really upsetting just because it might sound stupid to just say, but like it legitimately just kills my excitement for the game. Like of course I am still excited, but I don't feel excited because like when these leaks happen, they just leave such a bad taste in my mouth. And I'm going from like we're less than 2 weeks out from the games, but instead of being like, oh yeah, like I want to participate in these communities and just voice my excitement for the game, I'm literally scared to go on the internet in case I see something I don't want to see, right? And so like it's just really frustrating. It just makes me feel like crap. So I'm a little annoyed. I mean, it's 1 week and 5 days to the game, so I'm just gonna have to hold out. What?
Do you not look up the Pokemon once the game's released?
What do you mean exactly?
Well, I don't know. When I play Pokemon, I'll like decide kind of who my party is prior to actually playing. Do you not
research it essentially?
Yeah, I did that.
Do you not do that? So wouldn't a leak for the Pokemon in the game not really impact the gameplay?
Well, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, no. But like, I do want to be, I do want to be surprised, because like, what makes these leaks even more frustrating is that Pokemon have kept things so close to the chest this time around, and they've like revealed such little information, as opposed to Sun and Moon, where they revealed like almost every Pokemon that was going to be in the game, all of the post-game stuff, like everything that would have been a nice surprise, they just threw out there. So they've kept things really close to the chest this time around, which makes it even more frustrating that things are getting leaked. And also, like, the last few generations, I didn't mind it because I already built my team based on the Pokemon that were revealed, and that was fine. But what I'm wanting to do this gen is, like, there's, like, you know, all the Pokemon that are included in the game are a lot more special because they were chosen to be included, and not being included means not existing within the game. So what I'm going to try and do is, like, rotate Pokemon in and out of my party, like, over the course of the game. So I'm not going to have, like, one set party. I'm going to try and train as many Pokemon as I can at one time. So
isn't that what you always do?
not necessarily. That actually, all of the 3DS games I found, I had like
Why
the
did
same.
you ask? I'm sorry. It's okay.
Matt, are you aware of the extent of the leak?
So I did a bit of research just to figure out what exactly happened, and I'm sure, like, considering like games broke street date, they got the games to the leaker. I'm sure like everything is out.
I just went through.
So just promise me you won't give any details, because
There's only
I'll
one
genuinely
thing that
be
I
so
really
upset.
want to say, and it's not
Okay.
even that big of a thing. I don't like.
Do you?
I went through Twitter and I saw like 12 pictures of like Pokemon and evolutions and stuff like that, and it was all. I'm like, wow, this is way more than I thought. Like, I thought it was just like one little image, and like.
I'm getting my choking hand ready.
You ain't gonna be choking my throat, I'll tell you that much. It just looks like there's like, oh man, you really got me nervous now.
Dude, okay, well, just you don't know a whole lot about Pokemon, so you don't know what
There's
would
one
accidentally
really
be
depressed looking fox. Like the fox looks like he wants to kill himself. And that was one of the pictures, and that's all I want to say on it.
Oh well, I mean, okay.
I don't know the name.
There's turtles or tadpoles, bunnies.
Do you want to know about the spoilers I saw?
Sure. Tell us, Speedy.
As long as they're not actually spoilers.
It's just a lot of story information.
Okay, say nothing.
Does it sound like it's going to be a good story, Peter?
Choose. Yeah, that's a very careful way to choose your words. Just
I just like
Matt,
like I think it's cool.
I'm not gonna show you.
I think it's
No,
cool.
I don't want to see it.
Oh, pff.
I've seen that.
I don't know. Is that new? Is that new to this game?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. He
So-
looks super depressed.
Looks like a friend.
Eric,
He does
have you
look like
have
a
you
friend.
have you seen a lot of leaked stuff? Are you kind of bothered by seeing leaks? Not really.
For
Yeah. Speaking to the mic. Let the people hear your voice.
For these leaks, from what I've seen, it's most or the only leaks I've seen are just like Pokemon that have been leaked. So I haven't really cared. I'm gonna see them soon eventually anyway. So
I
I'm
mean,
just like,
yeah. I mean, maybe
yeah,
it's
cool.
maybe it's silly to make such a big deal about it. I just kind of want to see them authentically, you know. And like, I think I just remember like when I played
ask
the
him.
Gen 4 games as a kid, like almost every Pokemon that I saw was like a brand new Pokemon, and I think that experience I haven't really genuinely had. You're not even wearing a watch.
Hey Matt, what was the Pokemon that you saw?
It was a Sobble evolution, but
Yeah.
remember that there's two, and I've only seen one.
I understand why they had it next to a picture of Mirage.
Yeah, like I obviously remember what the image
Close
looks
your
like.
eyes. I'm gonna show Peter.
Yeah, I want to see.
oh,
Oh, okay.
All right, you're good, Matt.
I don't
that's
like
the sound I imagine it makes. Is yeah.
I mean, what makes it worse is that like
But wait,
Not
Matt,
al-
Matt's
not al-
already seen this.
Well, there's two
no,
evolutions.
there's two evolutions. I've only seen one. Not only was I really upset that I saw a leak, I was really upset by the design. So I actually Sobble was who I was gonna pick. I don't think I'm going to anymore. I think
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's a
spicy.
big
I
thing
thought
for
you were
Matt.
picking Grookey.
No, because I picked grass starters for Gen 6 and 7. Basically, like, I only wanted to pick Sobble.
Pick with your heart.
Well, I mean, that might end up being what happens. Because, like, I basically wanted to choose Sobble by, like, process of elimination. Because, like, I've only ever picked one water starter in all the time playing. And the past 2 generations, I picked grass starters. No, it was Oshawott. Past 2 generations, I picked grass starters. And I wasn't really a big fan of Score Bunny at first. But I think Score Bunny is actually going to be who I pick.
Score Bunny's mine.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was part of the reason why I didn't want to pick it, but at the same time, I'm like...
Well, shouldn't you be thankful for this leak now that you know that final evolution and how gross it is?
Yeah.
And you don't have to put in all the work.
Think about how productive you're going to be the next 2 weeks because you're not going to be online for anything.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, like, the week that Pokemon Sword and Shield...
Like, outside of Nintendo life is just gonna all of a sudden just go like this, and then the president of Nintendo comes
I'm gonna like get a girlfrild and get my
You're gonna
diploma
meet a girl
early, and then the
and
moment the games come out, it's just all gonna fall apart.
Yeah, you'll have a family. You'll have a family, and then you'll go out to get like some groceries, and then as you're on your way to the store, you'll look and you'll see like those CRTVs in the store window, and it'll be like, out now, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and you'll be like, oh. Is it the day? Is it finally time? And then it'll like fast forward 20 years later, and it'll be like, I never knew my father.
Here's a question as well. Like, you don't mind when you get like information from Pokemon or Game Freak officially, like they do it in a Nintendo Direct or whatever, but all of a sudden it's leaked to you by some
Nerd.
dick. Yeah, some nerd. That's a better word, actually.
Well, I think they're dicks. I'm not a huge fan
So,
personally.
just some nerd who's like, here's a bunch of screenshots from the Pokemon game. I just don't understand why it matters. Like, I get spoiled for things all the time. You spoiled Game of Thrones for Peter a couple months
That's
ago.
true.
And I think about it
True.
every
He
day.
owes you one now.
Dude. Don't.
Oh, that was so brutal. That was
He was one episode away from
that
being
was
done.
brutal.
Honestly-
I binged the entire show.
He went through the entirety of the mess that was season 8 and all the other seasons before that.
I just wanted to watch that last episode
He was,
live.
he was there. He was probably going to watch that episode that night.
I'm honestly so sorry, Peter. I think about this like I was thinking about this like maybe like earlier today.
I forgot about this.
It's time to find the juiciest leak.
Yeah,
out there.
now you gotta find the best leak.
Dear God, please don't do this to me.
He's staying here the night of Pokemon Sword and Shield, the middle of the night. I'm just gonna put pictures up all over the walls.
Peter, do it while he's sleeping, and then when he wakes up, he looks up, and the first.
It's a nightmare.
That's how you gotta wake him up in the morning. Just slap him in the face, be like, "This is Blank's evolution."
I'll set up a camera so that it gets the raw reaction.
You just put like what happens in like the final moments of the Sword and Shield storyline. Like tape it above the TV, like just a sentence that says something happens. 'Cause that's what he did to you.
Put it all over the important screens.
Sobble dies.
There you go. You heard it here first. Sobble dies in Pokemon Sword and Shield.
If you chose any other starter, you're fine.
And now we're the nerds.
But you do have a really valid point, Jack. Like, it might not matter in the grand scheme of things, but in the same time, like seeing that what's probably the final evolution for Sobble through some grainy leaked model versus like evolving my evolution and being, or my whatever Sobble's second evolution is, or you know what I mean, like evolving it and being like, this is the Pokemon. Like, I just want like that authentic experience, and I just hate that things get leaked as a concept. It just makes me feel so crappy, you know. And like,
Is it fair to say that you are huge against spoiler culture? Because I think back often to when we saw Avengers and we went out for drinks after, and like you went to individual tables. You're like, "Hey, have you guys seen Avengers?"
I did not do that.
We're gonna be
I
talking
said I
about
was
Avengers
talking
over
about
there.
We talked about doing it. Though.
We're gonna be talking Avengers over here, and I want to make sure.
I just think it's a really bad feeling, like what I did to you. Sorry again, by the way. And I remember like Blake was telling me that literally the day, like, and Blake doesn't care a whole lot about Marvel, but Blake was saying literally the day Endgame like released, some random Facebook some random Facebook page that just posted like unrelated stuff was like did like a caption, something to do with NFL, and then literally the image was just Iron Man dies killing Thanos. And it's like, I just think spoiling things for people sucks so much because there's so much anticipation for something, and then just for it to, sorry again by the way, and just for it to just be blown out, it's just so like, it just sucks. It just makes me really upset.
I'm sure we all have a moment where like something big was spoiled for us, and like it was pretty
Yeah.
sad, right? Like,
Yeah.
mine was like Blake telling me that Han Solo died literally right before I went to go see the movie.
Oh, yeah.
HSD, bro.
That-
HSD.
That happened to me actually, and I was like, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, and like, and again, because Pokemon is so bad for it. Like, I remember like 2 or 3 days before Sun and Moon came out, I opened up YouTube and somebody had gotten a copy of the game, was posting footage online, and literally just the thumbnail was like Luzamine standing with a bunch of Nihilego or whatever the fuck that Pokemon's called. Which literally, like, I know that those are just words, but literally that
Not
spoiled.
even.
Like,
They're not words.
Sounded borderline
They're
racist.
the
What
opposite
it
of
sounded
words.
like.
literally, like, it like that spoiled like the entire plot line of the game. And it just sucks, man. Is there a problem, Jarrod?
Is it possible that it only seems like it's a lot that it's popular in Pokemon to get spoiled because it's something that's like very dear to your heart?
That's what I
Is
asked.
it
Yeah.
because you're constantly scouring the internet for Pokemon
because
content?
I feel like most games in general have spoiler culture that follows it.
No, because it's so, like, you have to understand the concept of a leak, right? Like, a spoiler would be like, we all go to see Avengers Endgame and then I go tell someone that happens. Leaking is like, people aren't supposed to have this information. People aren't supposed to have found out this stuff, but they did through some under the table means, right?
Illegal
But
means.
a lot of games leak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of maps get leaked.
So-
But that's not
but that
the
doesn't
way it
make
should
it
be, right? Like,
right.
especially like Nintendo, of all developers, and even other developers to an extent, they go through so much effort to release information a certain way to build up the hype and stuff, and then
Then why do they make it so easy for their games to be leaked? to
well,
the
no,
public?
it's an accidental thing. That's the, like, when
But
I
it
say
happens
Pokemon
every single time.
Okay, let me explain. When I say Pokemon gets all their stuff leaked, it's not that I feel like it does. It's literally because it does. The whole Sun and Moon Pokemon roster got leaked because people data mined the demo. The new Pokemon that they introduced specifically through Pokemon Go, Meltan and Melmetal, they were going to do like they had a community day, and then right when the community day was done, all of these Pokemon started spawning. It would have been a huge surprise, except somebody data mined a pre-update for Pokemon Go and found the model of the Pokemon. They're like, oh, look at this guy. And now this, like, Pokemon gets all of their shit leaked. It's crazy.
Do you think that's maybe your problem as a fan? It's like you guys are such big fucking, like, you're so into it that there's certain people out there, they just want more.
I mean-
they want more than what they're given.
No,
and they just keep going.
It's just anything. Any culture, any fandom's gonna do that because it comes down to like the reason why we all hate IGN. It's like they're literally just looking for the next story that's gonna get them clicks, right? So like even if it means ruining people's experience of a game by spoiling or leaking something, they're gonna do it because they know they're gonna get clicks from it, so they don't care anymore. It's all about making money,
Yeah.
Making them
Money.
money.
making that money.
I think we kind of went over 5 minutes for this topic.
Yeah, I was about to
I
bring
think
that
it's
up.
a good topic.
We
Yeah, I
kind
mean,
of
it's
not just
transitioned a
about-
little
I guess
bit,
we've
yeah.
opened it up to the gaming as a whole, but I don't know. It's,
I like how you equated like Nintendo, especially. All these other
Well,
developers
Nintendo-
are like,
Yeah, what does Nintendo do?
Nintendo's very
Oh, I
vulnerable
shouldn't.
because they don't really learn their lesson and they don't really try to stop letting it happen.
Yeah, but you see, again, I think it's more or less not that it's a game you focus on, that you see it. Like, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying, you probably, if you went out and looked at all the leaks of every company, every game that was ever released, I bet you most companies have the same issue.
yeah,
At the
maybe.
same volume. We just don't, if you don't pay attention to a game, who really cares? I know Fallout games
Yeah.
get leaked all the time.
Like you were saying, like how like you're able to pre-download the game now. I feel like once you're able to do that, like especially on PC, people are gonna get to the file.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
I actually when I found out that you could pre-purchase Sword and Shield and like I have the game downloaded on my Switch right now, I just can't play it. I was really worried. I was like, oh, here comes the data mines. But it turns out that when you pre-purchase a game and download, or at least maybe this is what Nintendo does, they basically scramble all the files so that you can't data mine and decipher them. But
Clearly that didn't work.
well, no, because that wasn't how the stuff got leaked. It got leaked because some D-bag sold copies of the game early, and
Wait,
somebody,
the physical copies?
yeah,
that had
physical
it?
copies, yeah.
See, I guess
What
that's
a
the advantage
dog.
to having like just a physical copy be a key into the game.
Are you-
so that if you don't open the game up on day one, no one can access it.
Maybe. But then again, like I get so annoyed at get companies that do that. Like you buy a hard copy of Spyro, there's literally like less than a gigabyte on the disc, and you have to download the whole game to your Xbox. It's like, what's the point? You were gonna say something.
yeah, are you sure that's how it got leaked? Because from what I was reading, it was through Discord. Like some guy working at Nintendo was in a like a fan Discord, and he posted something to the wrong group when it should have gone to like his private.
What
Ooh, that's a big oops.
And like,
Well-
and then his identity was revealed, before they could really conceal it, and it all blew
I
up.
hope Nintendo cuts his head off.
Oh,
Matt,
Nintendo-
my goodness.
I would like
Whoa.
to remind you back to last Thursday when you made the error of not clicking a button on the computer.
Yeah.
That's literally the
Yeah, well,
same
my mistakes
stuff.
don't
I would-
ruin Pokemon.
You just advocated that someone gets guillotined for accidentally spoiling your precious game.
A mistake that
Doesn't that seem-
arguably cost Nintendo $0.
But it probably
like-
cost that poor guy his job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
he
look
deserved
at like what happened in Hawaii with that false missile alarm because of like a bad drop down menu essentially. Like it's all this like
Yeah.
you gotta.
I mean,
people are-
I'm joking. I don't actually want him to die.
I mean, I would hope so.
So I was looking on r/Pokemon. I wouldn't say that I couldn't resist because I definitely tried not to look at any leaks, but I did want to have an understanding of like the extent of what was leaked and what happened.
What?
So,
if you're so against it, why would you even touch it?
well, because I was literally like holding my hand over it.
He
and,
needs
like,
somewhere to put his
gradually
anger.
reading every. What'd you say?
You need somewhere to put your anger.
Well, I didn't know. I was just looking. I didn't say anything. I don't.
No, but you needed to know so you knew where to direct your anger when you had the conversation, like we just did. You could have been like, "There was a spoiler, but I don't know who did it. I don't know. It could have been Peter, for all I know."
Another one of those weird things I do. I post spoilers online.
Another example.
I don't, for the
But
record.
now you know there's a guy down in Mexico that just sold illegal copies of it.
Well, no, I wanted to. By the way, I only said Mexico because historically, like Mexico is like Mexican game stores are well known for breaking street date and selling games when they're not supposed to. That was just a fact, I think, that I read on the internet.
It's just a fact.
I think. No, but I wanted to go on Pokemon
Mr.
to understand
Shapiro
like
over here.
what happened, like why, like what the extent of what was leaked. Because if it's just those two models, I can safely browse the internet. But apparently, it's like everything. No,
I literally
never
just Googled like
safely-
Pokemon leaks Reddit and I instantly found like way more than I thought I'd find.
Yeah.
Well, dude, because like you might get the game, you might get the game. Do you not feel kind of bad now that you know like all the stuff
I'm
that's
not-
supposed to be a surprise?
No.
All right.
No.
Pokemon is not a game I'm going to play for a challenge or anything. Therefore, I don't care what's in it. No, I'm not saying that right.
We don't
That's why
get any
Peter only
exhilaration
plays
from
indie
learning
games.
the new things. That
Yeah,
are going to
yeah.
Be
Yeah,
like,
it's just another Pokemon game.
It's more of an
for me.
experience than anything. So me just knowing more about what I'm going to get going into it, that's not going to hamper me from doing it.
So, to me, in my opinion, as long as they don't leak plot and story, as long as the game storyline isn't ruined for me, I personally don't care if they leak what's in it, as long as I'm not being like, oh, well, here's the script for all the words, everything that happened in the game. Then it doesn't really matter to me,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Like
fair.
as long as if they leaked all the Pokemon, I'd be like, cool, I can do my research, and then I know who I'm picking on first day of where I need to get them.
I see. Well, I mean, I guess maybe it's just a me thing to put so much importance on this, but at the very least, like if I can make it through this week in a bit, like without seeing any more leak stuff, I'll be happy at least playing the game and being genuinely surprised by things that come up, because I just haven't had that in a while, and I guess it's just one of those like nostalgic things to be like genuinely surprised by a thing in a Pokemon game. But
That's your 5 minutes.
I mean that and some change. What else do we got on the slate today, boys?
What time are we at?
Yeah.
We're at an hour.
Holy smokes.
Oh, hey, I see it now. I was wondering.
58
what you were-
minutes. Yeah. he
Okay.
Probably
Oh,
should've
I
typed
thought
it
that
into
said-
Well, that's fine.
I thought that said 28 minutes. I was like, oh, I got time.
No.
Yeah, well, sorry. I actually had a special 25th podcast topic that I wanted to bring up. I wanted to ask everybody what their favorite podcast topics that we've gone over.
Well, we could probably do that. It's the 25th podcast. Why can't we have
Yeah.
a longer one?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I know we got stuff to do.
Yeah, we do actually have legitimate things to do, and Jarrod is to go to bed. Yeah, I wish you.
Speedrun it.
Such an
Okay.
aggressive slap.
Mine's the however much pound pussy.
No, the
Oh,
20-pound
yeah.
pussy and ass.
The Symbol Monkey and Dark Magician Girl and 20 pounds of ass and pussy. That was pretty good. I liked when we figured out which Pokemon Matt wants to fuck.
Yeah, that was,
That was another good one. Yeah.
Couple more coming. You just wait. Sword and Shield. We'll broaden that list.
The Sobble final evolution looks
That's what I
maybe.
was thinking. Yeah.
That's why they compared it to
Potential.
Mirage, I think.
There's
I
some
mean, he just
potential
said
there.
that the girl from Pokemon, or
Right.
from Incredibles, right?
Next.
Yeah.
That's what Matt
Who's
just said.
next?
I like it when we talk about Pokemon and Fallout.
And that's it.
Well, it's
Can you be more specific?
it's a good thing you come to this podcast.
That's every single episode.
Yeah, I love the podcast.
Once Pokemon is out, are we going to keep talking about it?
No.
I hope.
I liked the last podcast when we spent, I think, 15 minutes looking at how the PS5 was being designed in the shape of a V.
Is that a real thing?
No, no, it's not.
I like seeing Peter get angry.
Oh well, that's
my
an.
favorite part of the podcast.
My favorite part over the course of our 25 episodes is watching the development of the set.
Oh,
Yeah, actually, that's a point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
way to have the only like legit.
Shut up, Grayden.
My favorite part of the podcast is the friends we made along the way.
Oh.
We haven't made any friends.
If anything, we lost friends.
I actually don't. I honestly, despite having brought up the question, like I would have a hard time narrowing down like what my favorite discussion topic, like thing we've gone over.
I think it's Pokemon.
I think we've talked about a lot of stuff. you
How?
know? I think we're a lot of smart guys. I mean, think about it. Like each podcast, how long on average is a podcast?
An
episode?
hour.
Oh, I love you, smart guys.
We were going to talk about BlizzCon today. That's pretty big. A lot of big announcements there. That didn't happen. I'll give you the quick rundown. Diablo 4, Overwatch 2, new WoW expansion, new Hearthstone expansion.
Destiny expansion?
People forgot about the free Hong
we
Kong
said
thing
Overwatch 2.
conveniently right as it starts happening.
Yeah, that was nice of them. Yeah.
Crossover.
Two questions. Number one, is the WoW expansion for WoW Classic or just regular old WoW?
Pretty sure they wouldn't
Regular
release an expansion for an old game.
No, because they did. They released WoW Classic like a few
but
months
why
ago.
would? But the point of WoW Classic was so it didn't have any expansion.
Julian, who plays it, told me that they were going to do like one more expansion for WoW Classic. I was wondering if that's what it was.
I don't know. Maybe they're just going to reskin like an old expansion.
foxes or something. They're like some new little
Depressed foxes from Pokemon.
Question two.
Yeah.
What's everybody think of Overwatch 2? I tweeted it on the Live Connection Twitter, but that exact poll I was actually going to post in our group
Well,
chat.
seeing as how much Overwatch 1 crashed and burned for our friend group, I'm not looking forward to it at all.
Well, that's
Like,
why
just
I was
don't care.
interested. Like, is there anything? I'm actually having a hard time telling if it's like a brand new game or not.
It's not really.
What do you think,
Like,
Evan?
It's a brand new game, of course.
It's not a brand new game.
You
What-
think just because they're letting you bring the content from the previous game, which is a cool thing, means it's not a new game?
For a multiplayer only mode for game? Sorry, not even mode. They're bringing one new mode and some story missions, and that's it.
Yeah, but they're redesigning all the characters too. Like they're giving them brand new.
It's like Pokemon. You get like
Outline.
HD models now.
no, like
Oh, we always should have had.
no, like
awesome.
they're changing the way the heroes like perform. Like Torbjorn has his turrets. He now gets 3 turrets, and they're flamethrowers.
They're always
instead of
look at
turrets.
the Symmetra update. That didn't require Overwatch 1.5.
Yeah, but they're overhauling every character to a different. So they do different.
So is
things.
Overwatch 1 now going to play differently than
No,
Overwatch 2?
1 will now
Overwatch Classic.
will just stay the same now, and they'll continue all the updates from Overwatch.
That's
2.
even worse.
It's like
That's
they're freezing
weird.
Overwatch 1.
What a weird.
You know what's
Now is there going to be Overwatch 1 pros and Overwatch 2 pros?
Yeah,
No,
that's
no one's-
exactly
no.
how it works. Do you not look at the esports scenes?
I don't pay attention to esports or Overwatch at all.
No,
I
but
think,
people there are still people like look at the Smash community. There's Melee pros, there's Brawl pros,
But
there's-
Smash has this dedicated community, right? Like, not community, but that's already an established
Yeah, but
thing.
the
It's just
the
a odd
Overwatch
choice.
League is clearly just going to follow the meta, which is where the most people are going to be playing. So it's going to be an Overwatch 2.
I also think Super Smash Bros. Melee is a unique case. Like in almost every situation, the newer version of the game is going to be improved and better. It's just that Melee was just a mistake, basically, and they like accidentally made the physics so good that no one wanted to play any of the following games. Well, not no one.
All right. Sorry. I did not want to.
No, that's okay. I had nothing more to say.
To wrap it up, it's just my thoughts in a sentence is that it should have been like a half price game, not full price. I don't think there's enough new content to warrant the price tag.
Yeah, but they just announced it.
Do you remember how
there's still more information to come? Like, it's probably not coming out for another year.
Evan? Do you remember how pissed off we were at Destiny 2 and their expansion, their
Destiny,
new game?
You guys are
It's
talking
the exact
about
same
DLCs,
thing.
not new games.
But see, this is a DLC. That's what I'm saying. It's essentially the same thing.
no, but it's not.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
Any game sequel should just be a DLC.
What about what I said about Borderlands 3? It's those way new.
They're procedurally generated guns. That doesn't even count.
No.
Yeah. No, they don't. You think they designed over 1 billion guns?
No, they don't literally. But they still have to design. Anyway, we need to end the podcast. But they do design a large number of guns, and then they're
And then the
procedurally
parts
generated
are
off
procedurally
that.
Generated. Yeah. It doesn't.
But there's also uniquely designed guns.
yeah, but it's still the same game.
Wow,
just with more
I'm
content.
really happy that podcast episode number 25 is ending on such a high note.
I love you guys.
I don't want this episode to end. I'm having fun.
I mean,
I'm enjoying
We
this.
have
Pull the
we
cord.
have things
Let's
to
say
do.
one
Yeah.
more thing. Let's go a circle. Let's end up Peter and I's argument because Peter. I mean, I do feel like Peter has the better argument, but I'm gonna. As Jarrod states that he hates arguing with me because I will never refuse to change my opinion. Peter, you're right, but I'm not going to change my. I'm not
That's
changing
all
my
I needed to
opinion.
hear. That's all I needed to
But
hear.
let's go in a circle one last time and say one thing that we love about Live Connection.
Who
Didn't we
starts?
already do that?
No,
We
it's
do
a
it again?
podcast this time. Now it's Connection.
What?
I love
Okay.
that Live Connection. Gives me a way to express. It's a creative outlet. It gives me a way to express a creative project that I put into the
In
world.
30 seconds or less.
And B, I like that Live Connection allows me to spend time with my friends, but I might rescind that argument because I think you're a fucking jackass. And if this can didn't have like a tiny bit of Mountain Canada Dry in it, I'd throw it at your fucking head right now.
Wow, remember our theater conversation?
I love how Live Connection makes me have to listen to Matt's voice, his beautiful voice, so much.
I love how Live Connection allows Evan to push everyone's buttons. It brings
I
joy.
love how Jarrod loves Dwayne the Rock Johnson for no discernment.
That was a good podcast too.
I'm gonna come at you guys with a serious one again. Without LC, I don't know how much time I would actually get to hang out with you guys. Like, I don't actually go out of my way to like go to see a movie or these things outside of my regular life. So for that, I am
yeah.
grateful.
Yeah,
I love Live Connection because it's at my house.
For now,
that's fair.
we're gonna get rid of this couch,
And yeah, and then what?
and then we're gonna take the couch to our new location.
We're gonna keep the same couch, just in a different location.
Just to spite
just to
Peter.
piss Peter off. And fuck your
The
couch.
soul of Live Connection is imbued in the couch.
You're not even like throwing it away. You're putting it in some dusty, like some. You're storing it away for it to rot.
We're putting it in your warehouse with a single dishwasher in it. It's gonna be a couch and a dishwasher.
All right, let's wrap up the podcast.
All right.
Eric, it's still Eric, Peter. Eric, go. Peter, get out of here.
I can order skip the dishes.
Hey, that's a good
That's
one.
awesome.
Amen to that, baby. And on that note,
And
ladies
my
gentlemen-
favorite, what I love about Live Connection is how
that
every
Live
time you tune in, viewer, you are live and connected.
I knew it.
Hey, thanks for checking us out on the 25th podcast. We're gonna enjoy some cake. Thanks again to you know who you are.
unnamed friend.
Our unnamed friend. She's very lovely.
Thanks again to Audible.com.
We're not
She doesn't have
sponsored
a
by
name.
Audible. Anyway, peace.
But Audible, if you want to sponsor us,
I said peace.
Jeff Bezos, please.
Is it?
contact
We're leaving.
the
Senpai.
shortest member of Live Connection.
Jeff Bezos, donate to Team Tree.
Yeah, actually,
Team Tree.
that's a good cause.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Overwatch 2 is not a DLC, it's a full new game.